Right, fourth attempt at making a video. I had the 360 camera set up, I had my Nikon camera with me, I had all sorts of plans of doing a video down at the studio and talking over the repair jobs I've done on the bike. I'm going to have to leave that to another day, I think. I'll do it when I get back to the house maybe. Oh, cheers. Anyway, so my 360 camera's died. It's lost all its power. I wanted to get the bike washed, so I went down the studio to get that done, and I couldn't dig out the catcher system. It's all buried in furniture and crap that's still there from when my mother and father-in-law moved out. So there we go. So I've went to the Morrison's jet wash. I sound knackered, don't I? Morrison's jet wash. I gave the bike a wee once over, very carefully obviously, just to make sure I can get as much of the crud off it as possible, just tidy it up a bit. I don't like riding about constantly with the road salt and everything on it. And as I was sitting talking to Big Gordon there, another biker pulled up next to me. A hell of a nice guy, Big Stevie for Bike It in Paisley. And I'm embarrassed to say I didn't even recognise him. He had a flip front helmet on, he lifted it up, and I thought I don't recognise him because he had glasses on, which I don't think I'd ever seen him wearing them before. When I'm going back years, and a wee beard. And I said to him, I says, "Oh, I know Stevie," and he went, "I'm Stevie, it's me." I thought, oh, so Stevie, my apologies, mate. Chances are if I'd seen you without the helmet on, I'd have recognised you more. But anyway, now that I know who you are, well, obviously we established that. But I tried down training with Bike It, I think way back in 2017 to be an instructor, which would have been great, but I had a back operation in 2015, and to this day, 2025, I cannot stand anywhere for any length of time without being absolutely crippled in pain. And I was standing out in the yard and I was trying to do stuff, do CBTs, and it was absolutely killing me, and I had to chuck it, and it killed my confidence, it killed me everything. I was raging, angry, it was something I really wanted to do, but anyway, it's a shame. But Stevie was my instructor at the time, training me to be an instructor, but hell of a nice guy. So if you know anybody that's looking to become a biker, then I would check Bike It in Paisley. Absolutely brilliant people. But I had a message from a sub asking about this system that I've got on the bike. What is it? Obviously it's not the standard BMW nav system. It's aftermarket setup. Now, I had the BMW nav system on the bike and I wasn't particularly enamoured with it. And for some reason, this is a 15 model, so it wasn't exactly state-of-the-art technology back then, but I changed it for a Garmin XT, which was great, but I had to buy an adapter for that to fit in the BMW Credo. But the problem with the XT was it didn't link up with the whiz wheel, which was a bit mince, so you could only control it from the screen. Whereas this came out, it was Bennett's Bike Social as a YouTube channel, obviously related to Bennett's Bike Insurance, and they did a review, and the guy came on and reviewed this as a game-changing device. So this is the Chigee AIO-5 lite. It says lite, which would indicate that it's a kind of lower version, is that the right word? Not the top of the range version, but it's the high-end version. So the problem with this is it's locked, boom, 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 it's solid, it won't come out of there. The good thing about it is I can control it to an extent with the whiz wheel. So if I want to change pages, I just hold the whiz wheel, and you'll see I'm now on the rear view camera. If I hold it again, I'll go to a telemetry screen, and again I've got other types of screens, they're all there. Hold it again, and back to Apple CarPlay. Now when I go to these screens, if I hold it, say I go to that screen and I want to change the camera, I take a picture, I press, I can't remember how to do it myself now. Oh aye, right, so it's a quick flick. So you can see now I've got the front camera on and the rear camera is in the small window, and I can change that to, change it back, don't hold it too long, and then I've changed that to front camera in the small window, rear camera there, which is quite cool. But so basically if I want to change screens, I just move the wheel and hold it, and I'm now in Apple CarPlay. Now if I want to, the up and down stuff doesn't work because that still controls the bike, but I'm on that just now, and if I want to change that, I just press the indicator, bump, and it changes it. Press indicator again. Now I know what you're going to ask me, if I've got the indicator on, what happens if I press it? Nothing, it just cancels the indicator. It's linked up to the CAN bus, so it knows that the indicator's on and it's not been used to input into the system. If I want to move that to other parts, all it is a quick jog on the wheel like this one, and you can see it moving up to the different parts of the screen, and that's as easy as that. And if I want to select something like the map, for example, once I'm on it, indicator, and the map's up, and then you can go through, you can do everything back and forward. Again, if the indicator's flashing and I'm actually using the indicator and I press the cancel, you'll see that it doesn't affect the screen. So it's a good system. When you go to the home screen, you just click that indicator on, and again, and then you can get that, and you can do the same. Use your whiz wheel to flick through all the different apps. It's not as obviously quite as integrated as you would get with the actual BMW nav system, but it's the fact that they've still brought a system up that allows you to use the whiz wheel is, to me, an absolute game changer. Now the other thing about it is it plays Android Auto, and it does Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and look at these, we've got front and rear dash cams fitted to it as well. One there, and the back one is hiding in here just above the reg plate, which is actually loose. I'm going to have to, I knocked it off. Yeah, I'm going to have to put a new pad on that. Damn, that's okay, I can sort that. I've got pads in the house. And that gives me front and rear dash cams as well, which records all the time. It also has a sentry mode. And what else does it do? So you've got your dash cam, so you can watch that. You can just have that on your screen if you want. Obviously you've got your speedos. It's got a GPS system, which is there, so it knows your speed and all that stuff. And there's other things you can buy for it as extras, like tyre pressure monitoring and all that, but this bike has that already. So that's a Chigee AIO-5 Lite. Now that came out and it's a solid mount, and I can get the people saying, oh, that's no use to me. I've never done an issue. If they needed to break into it or try and steal it, they would need to rip the whole front of the bike off, and it would set the alarm off. So I've never had a problem. There is another version that they brought out called the AIO-5 Play, I think, which is just a head unit, but it goes straight into the BMW cradle. Doesn't come with the front and rear cameras, which means it's cheaper. This was about £500, I think, but it basically does the same setup. You can have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and etc. But as I say, that links straight into the BMW cradle, which means you can put it on and off and move it. That didn't come out until after I bought this, so there you go. That's what it is. So Chigee, Chigee, Chigee AIO-5 Lite is the top of the range one with all the cameras and stuff. And then you can get the AIO Play. I think it's just called the BMW AIO-5 Play, which is just the head unit, but it's got the actual mount that goes straight in and replaces the BMW nav system and goes straight into the cradle. So there's your options. I hope that helps. I love it. I think that's a game changer. I just absolutely love it. I wouldn't go back to a Garmin XT or an XT2 or a BMW Nav 6. I wouldn't touch them, because having Apple CarPlay, having my phone linked onto that is the best thing. So there you go, bike's washed. Oh, the work. Let's see what I can see down here. Bearing in there, and a bearing in here was replaced. A bit of rust there, that's horrible. The back discs and pads have been replaced. The front, brand new discs, pads and pistons. The front wheel's also been repaired. It had a dent in the rim. That's been fixed and sorted. The clutch has been replaced, which is good. The rear shocker is nice and new. That's been replaced, and it's all been calibrated and programmed. And go back in there. So what did I say? So front and rear brakes, shocker, pivot arm bearings and hub bearing, clutch pack, I can't remember what else now. a lot of stuff, but it's all done. We're happy, and it's looking good. Oh, and I've got a couple of covers coming for the sticky bits, the rocker covers, because one of them scratched when the bike was knocked over a few years back. But I'm cooking, I'm taking my jacket off. Anyway, that'll do for today. I'll catch you later. Have a nice day, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm off to football. Bye bye.